strap in, everyone. Today we are going deep into the world of collaborative robots. You
Yeah.
know, those robots designed to work with us,
Right.
not replace us.
Exactly.
And our spotlight is on Proxie,
Interesting.
the so-called brainiac of the robot world.
I like
We
that.
got a whole bunch of marketing material
Oh, wow.
straight from the company that makes Proxie,
Oh, okay.
plus some analysis on how this thing could totally shake up different industries and
Well,
maybe even the entire economy.
it's pretty fascinating, isn't it? This whole shift. I mean, we
Yeah.
spent decades,
I know.
worried about robots taking our jobs.
Right.
And
Now
now,
they want to be our teammates.
exactly.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder
I know.
what a robot teammate would even be like.
Yeah, seriously. And you know what's interesting?
What's that?
From what I'm seeing, this Proxie
Yeah,
isn't just some futuristic toy.
I see.
They're really pushing its practical uses
Right.
and claiming a serious return on investment. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But get this.
Okay.
They're already using it in logistics,
Okay.
hospitals,
Wow.
and manufacturing.
That's amazing.
Like, how can one robot be so versatile?
That's the beauty of collaborative robots.
Yeah.
Or cobots, as they're called.
Cobots. I like it.
It's catchy, right?
Ah.
They're designed for adaptability.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
Traditional robots are like
All right.
specialized tools,
Hmm.
good for one specific job.
Okay.
But cobots are more like
Yeah.
a Swiss Army knife.
Oh.
You know, they can handle a whole range of tasks
I see.
and integrate into different environments
Okay.
alongside humans.
Yeah. So let's break down what makes Proxie so special.
Okay.
So the company's really highlighting these 5 core technologies.
I see.
First up,
Okay.
embodied empathy.
Interesting.
And apparently it's not enough for Proxie to just do the job.
Right.
It's supposed to build trust with humans. They even talk about giving it friendly eyes.
Hmm.
Is it just me?
What do you think?
Or is that kind of creepy and cool at the same time?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Right.
It really shows how we're approaching
Mm.
robot design these days.
Like we're getting more comfortable, maybe,
Maybe a little bit.
with the idea of them being around us.
As robots become more integrated
Mm-hmm.
into our workplaces and lives,
Yeah.
designers are realizing
Okay.
that just functionality isn't enough.
Yeah.
If you're going to be working
Right.
side by side with a robot, you want to at least
You want to feel good about it.
feel somewhat comfortable around it, right?
Yeah.
So,
So these friendly eyes.
yeah, those friendly eyes.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe a bit gimmicky,
It could be a bit much.
but it's an attempt to
Bridge the gap.
bridge that gap. Yeah.
And make the technology feel less intimidating.
Exactly.
Ow.
Okay, so
Next, we've got Glide 360.
Glide 360.
And they're all about...
Smooth and intuitive movement,
Interesting.
even in those chaotic real-world environments.
Yeah, I can see that. So I'm picturing like this thing gliding through a packed warehouse or like weaving between hospital beds
Right.
without missing a beat.
Wow, that's a great way to put it.
It's almost like robot ballet.
It is. It's not just about movement, though.
Okay.
It's about precision
Mm-hmm.
and safety.
Because it's working with us.
Exactly.
Mm.
For a robot to be truly collaborative,
Right.
it can't be
Bumping into stuff.
bumping into things
Yeah.
or getting stuck in tight spaces.
Especially in a hospital.
Yeah, especially in a hospital.
Or a warehouse.
Yeah, so Glide 360 suggests that Proxie
Okay.
can move seamlessly through a human environment.
Which is key for building trust
It is. And also
and ensuring
making sure the collaboration is efficient.
efficient collaboration.
All right. And then there's Scout Sense,
Okay. Scout sense.
which is all about
Perception.
That's a big one.
It is, because apparently it allows the robot
Mm.
to see the world
Okay.
from a human perspective,
Interesting.
literally at eye level,
Yeah.
which seems important for safe interaction.
Absolutely. Imagine if a robot was
I know.
constantly misinterpreting.
I know.
It'd be a
Must
disaster.
be a disaster. Because its sensors were like
Too low.
at knee level. Scout
Yeah.
sense shows
Mm-hmm.
that Proxie is designed to perceive the world as we do,
As we do.
understanding our movements and
Mhm.
intentions
More accurately.
more accurately, which is essential.
Okay, now for the brain of the operation.
All right, let's get to the brains.
Future forward AI.
Future forward AI.
Proxie, supposedly,
Yeah.
uses cutting-edge AI
Mm-hmm.
and some serious processing power.
Okay.
I mean, they're making it sound like
Like what?
it's not just a product,
Right.
but like a platform
Interesting.
is constantly learning
Yeah.
and evolving.
That's really exciting.
I know, right?
Because think about it.
Okay.
The potential for growth is huge.
Yeah.
It's not a robot with
Fixed capabilities.
fixed capabilities.
Right.
Proxie's AI
Right.
allows it to learn from every interaction,
So it gets better.
becoming more efficient and capable over time.
So it's like a coworker
Yes.
who's constantly improving their skills.
Exactly.
And finally,
All right.
there's Flex Grasp,
Flex grasp.
which is Proxie's
Forgot.
super versatile gripper.
What?
It's designed to handle all sorts of tasks,
Oh.
from moving boxes
Okay.
to picking up delicate objects.
Interesting.
And get this,
What's that?
they even mentioned that it can be upgraded
Upgraded.
as the AI advances.
I see. If you connect that back with the future-forward AI,
Yeah,
it shows a commitment to long-term development.
like they're in it for the long haul.
They are. Proxy isn't just a solution for today's problems.
So it's future-proof.
Yeah, designed to adapt
Right.
and grow.
As technology advances.
It's almost like they're building a robot with a career path,
Like us.
just like us.
All right. So we've got this incredibly smart,
Yeah.
adaptable robot.
Mm-hmm.
But where does it actually fit
Right.
into the real world?
That's the question.
So the material highlights three main areas:
Okay.
logistics,
Okay.
hospitals,
Hospital is.
and manufacturing.
Got it.
So let's start with logistics.
Right.
I mean, I can see Proxie being
Yeah.
a game changer in warehouses
I can too.
and distribution centers.
Definitely.
Because think about it.
Yeah.
When you order something online,
Mm-hmm.
you expect it to
Arrive quickly.
arrive at your doorstep pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So Proxie could be a key part of making that happen.
I like it.
Picture a warehouse
All right.
where robots and humans work together
Yeah.
seamlessly.
Seamless.
Robots like Proxie. Yeah.
Could handle the heavy lifting,
Uh-huh.
navigate the maze of shelves,
Okay.
and bring items
Mm-hmm.
to human packers
Right.
with incredible speed and accuracy.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, hospitals,
Hospitals.
that feels a bit more
Yeah.
ethically complex.
A little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to imagine a robot in such a
Yeah.
sensitive environment.
It is a very sensitive environment.
But maybe there's potential for Proxy
Okay.
to handle tasks like
Okay.
transporting supplies,
Supply.
Attention.
Okay.
or even linens,
Interesting.
freeing up
Yeah.
nurses and doctors
I see.
to focus on
The patients.
patients.
That's where it gets interesting. It's not about replacing human care. It's
Oh.
about enhancing it.
enhancing it.
So instead of a nurse
Yeah,
spending their valuable time
right.
tracking down supplies
Right.
or running lab samples,
Mm-hmm.
imagine if Proxie could take care of that.
Could take care of all that.
So suddenly that nurse has more time
Right.
for direct patient care,
Exactly.
which would have a huge impact on
Patient well-being
patient well-being
and recovery.
and recovery.
It changes the game.
That's a perspective I hadn't considered.
Interesting.
And what about
Yeah.
manufacturing?
Yeah.
That seems
That's
like
natural fit.
a natural fit for a robot like Proxie.
I think so.
Increased productivity,
Mm.
better quality control,
Yeah.
maybe even reducing costs in the long run.
Exactly. And it's not just
Absolutely.
about replacing human workers.
So it's more about
It's a collaboration.
collaboration.
Robots like Proxie
Mm-hmm.
can handle the repetitive,
Right.
physically demanding tasks,
Okay.
while human workers
Yeah.
focus on the more specialized,
Right.
intricate aspects of production.
Okay.
This kind of partnership
Mm-hmm.
could lead to
Huge.
a significant boost in both productivity,
Quality,
making manufacturing
Yeah.
more efficient,
more efficient,
and potentially
creating jobs
new types of jobs
that we haven't even thought of.
we haven't even thought of.
It all sounds very impressive.
It does.
But let's face it, the big
Okay.
question is,
Oh, what is it?
what about the impact on jobs?
Right.
Are robots like Proxie going to
Steal our livelihoods?
steal our livelihoods?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is, yeah.
And automation
Mhm.
has always
Oh,
caused shifts in the job market.
Right.
It's never been as simple as
Robots taking over.
robots taking over completely.
So it's not necessarily job elimination,
No.
but more like
We're like
not transformation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Think about
Yep.
when ATMs were first introduced.
Right.
People panicked about bank tellers.
Losing their jobs.
losing their jobs. And some jobs did change.
Right.
But new roles emerged
Yeah.
in areas like customer service,
Mm-hmm.
financial advising,
Okay.
and technology support
Right.
within banks.
Within banks.
So as robots like Proxie become more prevalent,
Yeah.
we'll likely see a similar shift.
I see.
Some jobs may become obsolete,
Okay.
but
But new opportunities will emerge.
new opportunities will emerge
And in areas like
in areas like
robot maintenance,
mhm,
programming,
programming
training,
and design.
and design.
So it's
Yeah,
not
but-
a doom and gloom scenario.
It's not doom and gloom.
In fact,
Yeah.
the materials even suggest
Okay.
there could be some positive
Positive benefits
economic benefits.
beyond just creating new types of jobs.
Absolutely.
Like what? Increased productivity
Mhm.
and efficiency,
And efficiency often leads to lower prices
lower prices,
for consumers and
high profits for businesses.
higher profits for businesses.
And
There-
here, by taking on
yeah.
dangerous
Or repetitive tasks.
or repetitive tasks,
Robots like Proxie
Mhm.
can actually make
make the workplace
the workplace safer
safer for everyone.
for everyone.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
this rise of robots
Mhm.
could lead to
A whole new
a whole wave
of new
job opportunities
opportunities
that
that
we haven't even imagined yet.
we haven't even imagined yet.
And it's not just about
Yeah. It's not just about
maintaining the robot.
maintaining the robots.
Right.
Right. Someone
Yeah.
needs to
Someone needs to design them,
design them.
program their AI,
Yeah, program their AI.
train them for specific tasks,
They make them.
and even market and sell them.
Market and sell them.
So
yeah.
as the robotics industry explodes,
As the robotics industry explodes,
it'll create this entire
it's
ecosystem
a new system
of new jobs,
of new jobs,
many of which will require
creativity,
critical thinking,
and problem-solving skills,
problem-solving skills,
which are
uniquely human.
uniquely human.
Like we're on the verge
It's
of
a
a
new
new industrial revolution.
Industrial revolution. But this time,
But this time,
it's robots leading the charge.
robots are leading the charge.
Pretty mind-blowing.
I know.
So it seems like
Yeah.
the overall economic impact
The overall economic impact
the robots like Proxie
of robots like Proxie,
is a bit of
a mixed bag.
a mixed bag.
You got it.
There are potential downsides,
Yeah,
but also
but also
some really exciting possibility.
really exciting possibilities. So it's not this simple.
Robots versus humans.
Robots versus humans.
Exactly. It's
It's about finding ways
for robots
and robots and humans
and humans to work together.
to work together to
create
create
a more efficient,
more efficient
representative,
and ultimately
more prosperous future
a more prosperous future
for everyone.
for everyone.
Okay.
Cool.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
I know, right?
From Proxie's fancy features
Mhm.
to its potential impact
Its potential impact.
on various industries
Yeah.
and the economy as a whole.
The economy as a whole.
But I have a feeling
Yeah,
this is just the tip of the iceberg.
you're absolutely right. So
Now that we've
now that we've
laid the groundwork,
laid the groundwork,
it's time to
it's time to dive even deeper.
even deeper and explore
Explore
some of the bigger questions
the bigger questions.
surrounding this technology.
Like, how will your role in society evolve
Exactly. How will your role
if as robots
to become more prevalent?
become more prevalent?
What skills and mindsets
Right, what skills and mindsets
will you need
will you need
to thrive in
to-
this
to-
new
this
world?
new world? And we'll also tackle some of the
broader
societal
societal
and
this-
philosophical
philosophical implications.
applications of collaborative robots
Collaborative robots like Proxie.
like Proxie.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone.
All right.
So before the break,
Yeah.
we left you with that question
Yeah.
of how your role in society
Right.
might evolve in a world
Okay.
where collaborative robots
Like Proxie.
like Proxie become as common as smartphones.
It is a head scratcher.
It is.
It feels like we're on the cusp of a future
Yeah.
where the lines between
Right.
human work and robot work
That line is
are increasingly blurred.
increasingly blurred.
Yeah.
It's definitely a shift.
Okay.
But remember,
Mhm.
technological advancements have always
They have
reshaped the way we work.
Yeah.
Think about
how the printing press
Right.
revolutionized communication,
Total.
or how the internet
Yeah.
change the way we access information.
Yeah, even like smart
Robotics is
objects.
simply the next wave
Okay.
of that evolution.
So instead of fearing the robot takeover,
Instead of fearing it,
yeah,
we should focus on
how to adapt.
how to adapt and thrive in this new landscape. Just as the invention
Okay.
of the automobile created new industries and job opportunities,
Right.
so too will
The rise of robotics.
the rise of robotics.
Okay.
The key is to
Adaptable.
be adaptable, to be
Yeah.
lifelong learners,
Lifelong learners.
and to embrace
Embrace the possibility.
the possibilities.
Okay, so adaptability is key.
Adaptability is key.
But what
Specific skills or mind
with specific skills or mindsets?
should people be focusing on
Yeah, to thrive.
to thrive in this robot-powered future? In this robot-powered future.
What will set humans apart?
That's a great question.
In a world where
different.
robots can handle so many tasks.
I think
Okay.
that critical thinking
Mm-hmm.
and problem-solving skills
Okay.
will be more valuable than ever.
Why is that?
Because remember,
Okay.
robots,
Yeah.
even advanced ones like Proxie,
Mm-hmm.
are still tools.
Okay.
They need human guidance
Right.
and
Well,
oversight
Function.
to function
So
effectively.
it's not just about
It's not just about
programming the robots.
programming them.
Yeah.
It's about understanding
Right.
how to best utilize them,
Utilize them.
how to troubleshoot problems, and how to make sure they're
Yeah.
being used
ethically.
ethically and responsibly.
Responsibly.
You have to be able to
Okay.
analyze the task at hand,
Okay.
anticipate potential challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and come up with creative solutions
So we need to be creative.
that integrate both human
Okay.
and robot capabilities.
So it's like being a manager,
It is.
but your team includes both humans.
Yeah, both human
And robots.
and robots.
What other skills should we
Well,
be honing?
Creativity and innovation
Okay.
will be essential as well.
Because
Because in a world
Okay.
where robots can handle
Right.
many routine tasks,
Yeah.
humans will be freed up
Freed up
to focus on
Yeah.
higher level thinking
Higher level thinking
and creative problem solving.
creative problem solving.
So we're talking about becoming the idea generators,
Exactly.
the innovators,
The innovators
who leverage robot efficiency
who leverage that efficiency.
to solve complex problems
Yes.
and drive progress.
Imagine
It's exciting to think about.
a world
Okay.
where human creativity
Yeah.
and robot efficiency
Work in tandem.
work in tandem
Okay.
to tackle some of humanity's greatest challenges,
Like what?
from climate change
Okay.
to healthcare.
Healthcare to space exploration.
Wow.
The possibilities are truly
Mind-boggling.
mind-boggling.
Okay, so we've got
Yeah.
critical thinking,
Critical thinking,
creativity,
innovation,
innovation.
anything else.
I would also add emotional intelligence
Emotional intelligence.
and communication skills.
Really? Why is that so important?
That's a great,
In a robot-driven world,
because
I would think those are the skills
right.
that robots would struggle with most.
Robots struggle with those the most.
Yeah.
And while robots are becoming more sophisticated,
More sophisticated.
they still lack the emotional depth
The emotion.
and nuanced communication that make us human.
So, we'll still be the ones
Exactly.
building relationships.
Building relationships,
Understanding and responding
understanding and responding
to those human emotions.
and navigating those.
In complex interpersonal dynamic, those complex interpersonal dynamics
But robots just can't grasp.
that robots can't grasp.
Think about
Yeah, think about
those professions that require
Okay.
empathy,
empathy,
compassion,
and the ability to connect with others
to connect.
on a
What
deep
about
level of
social work,
social work.
counseling, teaching leadership roles.
Leadership roles. Those are the roles that are least likely
Okay.
to be fully automated.
Because
They rely on those
uniquely human
uniquely human qualities that robots just can't replicate.
can't replicate.
No,
So it sounds like
it does.
thriving in a robot-powered future
Thriving
requires a pretty
pretty well-rounded skill set.
well-rounded skill set,
Like
a blend of
a blend of
technical understanding
okay
and human-centric skills.
and human-centric skills
And I think
And-
humans are uniquely equipped
to develop those
use
skills.
We are
Naturally curious,
yeah,
creative,
creative
and social beings.
social beings.
So with the right
Have
education
the right education
and training, we can absolutely adapt
a dive and thrive in this new era.
In this new era.
Okay, so we've talked about skills and mindsets.
Skills and mindset.
But what about practical advice?
Yeah, what about...
Like, what can people do?
What can they do
Today.
to prepare for a future?
Yeah, for this future.
Where robots are increasingly prevalent.
The most important thing is to embrace lifelong learning.
Yeah, because
don't assume
that the skills you have today will be enough
to carry you through.
Your
whole career.
Your entire career.
Things are changing.
Technology's evolving.
Yeah.
At an incredible pace.
At an incredible pace.
And the jobs of the future
right.
may require skills
they might
that haven't even been invented yet.
No, it's all about being open.
Being open to new ideas. Being willing
to constantly learn.
Yeah. And adapt.
As the landscape changes.
Never stop learning.
What else can we do?
That's so important.
To practically prepare.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
To experiment. Okay.
Because this rise of robotics is creating all sorts of new opportunities. So be bold. And try new things. Step outside your comfort zone.
Okay.
Explore different career paths. Maybe even start a side hustle. Related to robotics.
So get hands-on and explore.
Be hands-on.
I like it.
Learning to code.
Yeah.
Or even building. A simple robot yourself.
Wow.
Can give you a huge advantage.
Yeah. It's like that saying.
It is.
The future belongs to those who learn more skills. And combine them. In creative ways. Any other words of wisdom?
I think it's important to remember.
Okay.
Don't underestimate the importance of human connection. In a world where we're interacting more and more with machines. It's easy to...
Yeah. You could lose sight
of the value
of human interaction. I think that's a really important reminder.
It is.
Because it's easy to...
It's so easy to...
Get caught up in the technology.
Yeah. And forget
our relationships.
Yeah, our relationships.
Yeah, our communities.
Our shared experiences.
Yeah, our shared experiences. Those are the things that truly
give our lives meaning.
That's
what it's all about.
Exactly. So nurturing your relationship. Spending time with loved ones. Engaging in activities that bring you joy. And connect you with others. These are essential.
Those are the things.
For our well-being. Happiness.
Oh, personally.
Professionally.
And professionally.
I think in a world increasingly driven.
To
high technology.
Human connection.
Is key.
Will be our anchor.
Our
source.
And
inspiration.
Okay, so if you want to thrive. In a robot-powered future? Focus on...
Developing thinking.
Critical thinking.
Your critical thinking.
Creativity.
Emotional intelligence.
Your emotional intelligence.
And communication skills. Embrace lifelong learning. Don't be afraid to experiment. And remember.
To nurture. Those all-important human connections. And remember. Yeah.
The future
is
not something that happens to us.
That just happens to us.
It's something we create.
We create the future.
We create it.
I like that.
By embracing adaptability. Fostering our uniquely human skills. And staying connected.
Yeah, staying connected.
To what truly matters.
We
can shape a future.
Where
robots and humans work
working together.
To create a more equitable
and fulfilling world.
For everyone. That's a future I can get behind.
We've talked about all the good stuff.
Laid out all the positive
stuff.
We need to acknowledge that there are also potential downsides.
To consider.
Like any major technological advancement.
The rise of collaborative robots.
Presents us with some complex
ethical and societal
challenges
that we need to address head on.
That we need to address head on.
Like what?
Like the potential. Like
for increased
income inequality.
Income inequality.
For example.
What happens to
those workers
those
whose jobs are displaced by robots? That's one of the biggest concerns.
Yeah, it is a big one.
And it's a conversation.
It's a conversation.
We need to be having now.
We need to be having now.
If robots start taking over jobs. Traditionally done.
Yeah.
By human workers.
By human workers.
We need to ensure.
We need to make sure.
That those workers.
Yeah.
Those workers.
You have access to.
Have access.
Training and support.
Training and support.
To transition.
Yeah. To train
into new roles.
Into those new roles.
And it's not just about job displacement.
About job displacement.
There's also the question.
Right. There's also the question
of who benefits from the increased productivity.
The increased productivity.
And efficiency.
That robots bring.
Right?
Right? Does that wealth get distributed fairly? Or does it concentrate in the hands of the few? Who own and control the robots? That's another critical point.
It is.
The potential for increased economic disparity. Is a real concern.
It is.
We need to be thinking about
ways to ensure that
the benefits
of
automation are shared
broadly.
Perhaps through
like policies.
Like a universal basic income.
Or robust social safety nets.
Robust social safety nets. That provide support
for those who are
displaced by technological advancements.
So we're talking about
the big question.
A potential rethinking.
It could be
rethinking our entire economic system.
Our whole economic system.
Yeah.
Maybe even a shift.
Yeah, the shift
in our values.
As a society. It is a possibility.
It's definitely a possibility.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation
that deserves
our attention.
This rise of robots.
Yeah, the rise of robots
really challenges us.
It challenges us
to reconsider our assumptions.
To reconsider those assumptions
about work,
wealth, and the very nature
of
human society. It's a daunting task.
It is.
But it's also
an
incredible opportunity.
To
reimagine a future. Where technology serves humanity. Rather than the other way around.
Okay. Income inequality is a big one. What other societal implications? Are we looking at?
Another significant concern is the potential for algorithmic bias. Remember that robots
like Proxie
rely on complex algorithms to make decisions.
And those algorithms
are only as good as
the data
they're trained on.
So if
to
train these robots
reflects
existing societal biases,
then
the robots themselves could perpetuate and even amplify those biases. Imagine a hiring algorithm that's been trained on data that reflects historical gender or racial bias in a particular industry. That algorithm could end up recommending candidates who fit
those bias patterns, further entrenching inequality.
Wow. That's a sobering thought.
It is. It seems like
we
need to be extremely careful. About how we develop and implement
these technologies
to avoid
unintended consequences. How can we safeguard against algorithmic bias?
It starts with
where do we start?
Being mindful of the data
we use to train these algorithms. Make sure that it's diverse, representative, and free from harmful biases. And we need to constantly monitor and audit these algorithms to ensure they're making fair and equitable decisions. Transparency and accountability will be key. It sounds like. It sounds like a lot of responsibility. Rests on the shoulders. Yeah, rests on the shoulders. We have the people Of people designing.
And building these robots. They need to be aware of. These potential pitfalls.
And build safeguards.
Build safeguards.
Into the technology.
From
the very beginning. And that's why it's so crucial to have
diverse voices
and perspective involved in the development
of
AI and robotics. I need people
from all walks of life. With different backgrounds and experience. To help shape these technologies
and ensure
they're used for good. Not for harm.
It's a powerful reminder.
It is.
That technology is never neutral. It reflects
the values and biases
of its creators.
Yeah.
So we need to be intentional
about
the kind of future
we're building.
These tools.
That's cool.
It's not enough
to
just focus on the technical capability of robots like Proxie. We need to have
deep, thoughtful conversations about
ethical
the ethical
and societal
implications
of this technology. Okay, so we've talked about income inequality,
an
algorithmic bias. Are there any other big societal questions we should be wrestling with?
Well, there's a philosophical question.
Okay.
What it means to be human in a world where robots are becoming increasingly capable.
Now we're getting into the big picture.
We are.
I know.
It's a question we can't ignore.
No, we can't.
As robots start
taking on tasks
that were once considered uniquely human. It forces us to
re-examine
our own definition
of humanity.
What
does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
To be human.
When robots can compose music, write poetry, or even provide emotional support.
I don't know the answers to those questions.
They're profound questions.
Yeah.
And it does feel like we're on the verge
of a fundamental shift.
Yeah. In our understanding of ourselves
and place in the world.
And our place in the world. It can be a little unsettling.
It is a bit unsettling.
But it's also an incredible opportunity for growth and self-discovery.
Yeah.
The rise of robotics. Isn't just
about technological
advancement.
Yeah.
It's also about a fundamental shift. In our relationship with
technology and with ourselves.
It's a chance.
To
redefine what it means
to be human.
In
a world
increasingly shared with intelligent machines.
How do we even begin to navigate this?
I know, it feels like
it's charted territory.
We're standing at a crossroads.
It does.
And the choices.
All right. So we're back and ready to tackle the big question. What can you actually do?
Right. What can you do?
To prepare for a future where robots are increasingly integrated into
our work and
lives.
Yeah.
It's easy
to feel overwhelmed
by it all.
By all the implications.
Yeah, but are there concrete steps we can take?
I think there are.
To navigate this shift.
Absolutely. And it's empowering to remember.
Yeah.
That we're not just passive bystanders.
Okay.
In this whole technological revolution. We have agency to shape.
The power to shape the future. And it all starts with taking proactive steps to prepare.
To prepare ourselves.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin?
I think
what's the most important thing?
The most crucial step is to become a lifelong learner. That's it.
Because
the pace of technological advancement.
The pace is
only accelerating. And the skills
in a high demand today.
Might
be obsolete tomorrow.
So
the only way to stay ahead of the curve is to
continuously
learn, adapt,
and evolve.
That
makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do we actually
How do we
put that into practice?
Right.
It's easy to say, be a lifelong learner.
It's easy to say it.
But what does that actually look like?
It can take many forms.
Okay.
It could mean enrolling in online courses to learn new technical skills.
Okay.
New technical skills.
Attending industry conferences.
Industry conferences.
To stay on top of emerging trends. Or even just reading books and articles on topics that interest you.
Yeah, the things you're passionate about.
Exactly.
Oh, right.
The key is
to
cultivate
a
curious mindset.
That curious mindset.
To be open to new ideas.
Open to new ideas.
And to never stop.
Never stop exploring.
Exploring.
Yes.
So it's about staying.
It's about staying.
Intellectually engaged.
Constantly expanding our knowledge.
Expanding your knowledge and being adaptable.
Adaptable to change.
To change.
What else can we do?
I would say focus on developing.
Okay. Focus on developing.
Your uniquely human skills.
Uniquely human skills that are hard to automate.
Difficult to automate.
Like the ones we talked about.
Yeah.
Critical thinking, creativity, problem solving.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Communication skills.
Yeah.
Those are the skills that will set you apart.
Yeah.
In a world
where
robots
can perform
many routine tasks.
So many of those routine tasks. So it's almost like we need to double down on our humanity.
Double down on your humanity.
Focus on those qualities.
Focus on those qualities.
That make us different.
That make us distinct.
From machines. But how do you
sharpen those skills? There are lots of ways.
Okay, give us some examples.
Take improv classes.
Okay.
To boost your creativity and communication skills.
Okay.
Engage in volunteer work. To cultivate empathy.
Yeah.
And build relationships.
Okay.
Or even start a blog. To practice. Articulating your thoughts and ideas.
Okay.
The key is
to
actively seek out experiences
that challenge you to
grow.
And develop those human-centric skills.
So getting out of our comfort zones.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Pushing our boundaries.
Push your boundaries, yeah.
And constantly challenging ourselves.
And challenge yourself.
To learn and grow. Any other practical advice?
I would say don't underestimate the power of networking and building relationships. In a world where technology is increasingly mediating our interactions, those human connections become even more valuable.
So
attend industry events.
Okay. Attend events.
Join professional organizations. Connect with people online. The more diverse your network, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the changing job market. And identify those emerging opportunities. So it's about building bridges.
Yes, it is.
Fostering collaboration.
Recognizing their success
is often tied to
the success of others.
Yeah. And I imagine
mentorship plays a role in that.
It plays a huge role.
Both as a mentor.
And a mentee.
Absolutely.
Seeking out mentors.
Yeah. Finding those mentors.
In fields
that you're interested in.
That interest you can provide.
Invaluable
guidance.
And support as you navigate your career.
And offering your own expertise as a mentor.
Yeah.
Can help you.
Solidify your knowledge. And make valuable connections.
Okay, so embrace lifelong learning. Cultivate
those uniquely human skills. Build your network. And seek out
mentorship opportunities.
These are all
actionable steps.
That
you can take.
Today. To prepare for
the future of work.
Yeah. Any final words of wisdom?
I would just say, remember that the future isn't something that just happens.
It just happens to us.
To us, we have the power to shape it.
We have the power to
We do. By embracing adaptability. Cultivating our human potential. And working together. To create a more just and equitable world. We can ensure that this rise of robotics,
links to a brighter future for all.
I love that.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has been.
Exploring this world of collaborative robots with you.
I've really enjoyed it.
We've gone deep
We have.
Into the technical details.
The technical details.
The economic implications.
Yeah.
And the ethical and societal challenges.
Ethical and societal challenges.
That are ahead.
That lie ahead.
But I think most importantly.
Most importantly.
We're leaving with a sense of hope.
With a sense of hope.
And empowerment.
And empowerment.
Knowing that we have the tools.
We do have the tools.
And the agency.
And the agency.
To navigate this technological revolution.
To navigate this revolution.
And shape a future.
And shape a future.
That benefits all of humanity.
That benefits all of humanity.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for listening, everyone.
On this deep dive.
We hope you found it.
We hope you found it.
Informative.
Informative.
Thought-provoking.
Inspiring. And inspiring. And remember,
yes,
the future is ours to create.
The future is ours to create.